Today we're talking about focus track on the Mavic 3 Pro and is it any good in a variety of different tests. We know on the Mavic 3 series that this has the same focus track and it is easily the best out of any of the portable drones that DJI offer. The ability to be able to go onto the on-screen display and tell the drone where you want it to track you from on a clock face, and it will keep up because of the speed and power of this drone. But the Mavic 3 Pro has a couple of tricks up its sleeve because of these new lenses on the top of it, and you can use these in both active track and spotlight, which is what I've been testing out. So let's get into that video. But first, if you do enjoy drone and tech content, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any more future videos. Let's get into it. So the Mavic 3 Pro, the biggest advantage to this is its new camera system on the front of it. We've got 3 lenses now and they're all dedicated lenses, so no digital zoom is needed here. And this makes this spotlight or focus track mode even better. So first we've got that 3x tele lens, which is a 70mm equivalent. And you can use this camera in both spotlight, POI and active track. And the 7x 166mm camera can be used in POI and spotlight mode. Currently that's not supported in active track. And I think the reason for this is because it's 166mm, you're going to have that drone really far away. Otherwise, the camera's going to be zoomed in that much, it's going to be just unwatchable. So because the drone's really far away, just to be able to use that 7x zoom, you know, it's going to be hard to actually keep track on something like a person. That's my overall feeling why we don't have the option to use the 7x zoom in active track. But thankfully, we can use the best camera I think on here, which is this 3x tele lens, and this works in active track and it works really well. So after a little bit of warming the cars up, I wanted to test out active track and spotlight mode using these new lenses. So first let's try the 3x lens, which is that 70mm equivalent, allows you to get much closer to the action. You simply just drag a box around what you want to track and that's it. So now it was blue hour, so light was going down fast and you can see the quality is still great with that f2.8 aperture. Here I was explaining why it's a good idea to do this in a 35 miles per hour sandstorm. But we were losing light fast, so we thought, let's just go for it. So you just hit go and then the drone will track you. But I can also change the position of the drone, even in that 3x zoom, using this fantastic on-screen display that we get on the Mavic 3 series. So I can have it from the back, left, right, forward, off-center, top right, wherever I want that drone to be, and it works great. But you can also see that even from a fast start, the drone is able to keep up with the car and then track it to get this really good shot of the drone going into the distance. You still also have the option that you can adjust the gimbal tilt as well in this mode. But you've also got spotlight mode as well, where I have a bit more control manually, and here the drone is flying sideways 20 miles per hour in 35 miles per hour winds, and it's using the 3x zoom, and just look how stable it is. And then I can just, because I've got that manual control, I can then orbit using that 3x camera and then get this really cool shot with the sunset in the distance. And this is just something you couldn't do before on the old Mavic 3. The 3x tele lens on this drone is fantastic. f2.8, really good quality, and it works fantastic in focus track. Now I used to spend so long looking for decent music for these videos and often it was longer than the time editing the video. Thankfully now we have music platforms to get the very best quality music and sound effects, and today's sponsor Audio is one of them. They have a super clean and straightforward platform which has over 6,000 music tracks and 30,000 sound effects. Music and sound effects will change the quality of your video instantly. They have genres for every video type, but the best news about Audio is the price. The Pro plan gives you unlimited music and sound effects which you can download and use on all your social media platforms without the fear of a copyright strike. But with 70% off, yes, 70%, you can get access to the limited plan for a year for less than $60 with my link. It's the most affordable music licensing platform. It's all going to be linked at the top of the description. I highly recommend you go and check it out. So the ability for creators to be able to switch it up with these 3 lenses is fantastic. So active track there works really good, but also you're not going to miss out on the actual quality of these 3 lenses as well in focus track modes either. So the 1x and the 3x both share the exact same color profiles. So if you're doing active track and using the 3x zoom there like I was, so I can use that, I can use normal, I can use HLG, or I can use the new D-Log M color profiles. So my actual 3x zoom color color is the same as it is with the 1x. There's nothing different there. And also you're not losing out either on the actual FPS. So if you want slow-mo, you can use 4K 60 on all 3 of these lenses. So again, for active track, if you're tracking something that's like a fast moving object, I can be in 3x zoom, still use 4K 60, and then slow that footage down. But of course, if I don't want to, I can just simply shoot in 24, 25, or 30 FPS. So you're not limited in FPS like you were on the Mavic 3. And also, let's not forget, this has the ability to be able to track you with more confidence because it's got omnidirectional sensoring. So it has protection all around it. Now, if you've been tracking yourself, for instance, on say a Mini 3 Pro, that also has really good active track, but that doesn't give you the option to be able to position the drone anywhere on a clock face, unlike this. But also, crucially, that has no sideways sensors. It doesn't have omnidirectional sensoring. So, you know, you're like crying inside, cringing when that drone is tracking you on the Mini 3 Pro because it might be going sideways, like drifting to keep you in the frame. And at any point then, that could just simply crash into something. Whereas here, because it's got sensors here and they actually protrude out at the back and front, it detects objects at the side of it. So if there's like a tree here and it's tracking you, it will avoid it and go around, and it works great. So for that reason, it gives you a lot more confidence when using active track or spotlight modes. Talking of spotlight mode, this is a feature, especially on the Mini 3 Pro, I use a lot. Now this is fantastic for real estate or focusing on buildings, objects, or just simply manual flying with a little bit of help from the drone. You can use spotlight mode with all 3 lenses, the 1x, the 3x, and that 7x. So the options you have as a creator to mix it up, so you're not just getting this really wide shots, you're getting zoomed in shots as well, and then really close 166mm shots. So just look here, so I've got the same car, same location, but I'm be able to use all 3 lenses to get different perspectives, and that's what's great about it. So what I've done, I've now dragged a box around the car, so it's actually focusing on this car now. But what the drone does in spotlight mode, this concentrates on keeping the actual object in focus and centered. So it could be a car like this example now, and then you can just fly around it, but the camera is going to do all the panning for you. Rather than you having to like really focus on this gimbal and getting it all lined up, the drone does all of the movements for you. It's really clever. So this example, so what's great is I can switch between 1x, 3x, and the 7x zoom to get different zoom levels on this car. But also now I can actually fly manually, but the drone's going to handle all the camera for me. So I can just fly now, just turn on these flight sticks and the drone will just pan around, but the camera is keeping that car perfectly centered. Now I can also do things like I can increase the altitude, or I can also change that gimbal tilt up and down as well. And just by moving my sticks here, I'm basically doing it all, but the drone is making sure that the actual camera panning here is perfectly centered, so the car is always that center point. Now that 7x camera also supports 4K 60, so even in spotlight mode you can use 4K 60 on here and slow that footage down, and all 3 of these lenses in focus track use 4K 60, so that's brilliant that we have that option. The downside to the 7x zoom is that the color profile is where it gets limited. You see, this only supports normal color profile, but fortunately on the Mavic 3 Pro this isn't a huge deal. But if you're going to be wanting your colors to match, you see the 1x and 3x support normal, HLG and D-Log, which are all 10-bit color, whereas the normal color profile is 8-bit color. So it's not entirely going to match, and that could be an issue if you're doing professional color grading. However, if you get the Cine model, which is like the first class ticket drone, costs a lot more, that's all going to have 10-bit even in normal color profiles. But the normal color profile on here, they've had years to make this look even better since the Mavic 3, and it just looks phenomenal. It looks like you've just given it to a colorist and they've just said, right, here you go. That's now done. But this is just straight out of the drone. You don't really need any color grading whatsoever to that normal color profile. It just looks like a painting on a wall. It looks so nice. So don't let that put you off. So in conclusion, focus track was already great on the Mavic 3 and Mavic 3 Classic. Now I think it's even better with the options of the 3x and 7x zoom that you can then go out and use. And if you pick up the RC Pro in one of the bundles, or even the DJI RC, they're both great. But this screen, especially for me where I was filming it in Tenerife and Las Vegas, it was really bright, harsh conditions. And I was able to just see clearly because this, as an advantage, has 1000 nits of peak brightness. So for actually using the actual active track on here was great. And also just the UI is so much faster, so it's more responsive. So for little things like switching from 1 times to 3 times to 7 times, there's hardly any lag at all when using this. Whereas normal DJI RC, because it's not as powerful, it's not as fast, it is a little bit more lag. So this with this is one hell of a combination. But I hope you found that helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Just press that like button, it really does help out. I've got so many more videos coming, you won't believe it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.